All right, guys, it is time for another grocery haul. Now, if you missed I shouldn't say last week's, well, yeah, it probably would have been last week's actually when I said it. You know that we are switching back to every week for groceries again. With 12 of us, it just gets to be a bit much, especially in the area that we live, not to mention schedules and everything else going on. So we are back to doing weekly grocery hauls, and I am super excited. And I also learned that I have a local fan, hi Holly, that may be happy to hear that this is weekly now. She actually ran into two of our oldest girls at church and got to chat with them for a little bit. So that was pretty cool. It was fun to get that call. Anyhow, I'm going to show you everything we've got, and I'm going to run through all the totals at the end. So stick around for that. All right, guys, here is everything Shawn brought home this week. Starting back here, we have got a box of Honey Nut Cheerios and a bag of Cocoa Dino Bites. We've got a couple of kids that actually like to combine the two. I do not fully get it myself, but it's kind of one of those things where I just throw my hands up and say, whatever, if you eat it, whatever. He did, however, instead of just the family size, found this mega size box, which is really kind of cool. I don't know if it's actually that much larger than the family size. I would have to check the ounce count on it or the size of it in that sense. The box itself, though, it doesn't look any taller or anything. It does look a little thicker. So that would be about where that's at. Right here, these cauliflower stalks. This is something that he found at Sam's Club for me to try. They are made with cassava flour, which we were trying to remember. I feel like there was something I tried a while back that had cassava flour in it, and I may have reacted to, but I don't fully remember because it's not like we buy very many products that have that in it around here. So I'm going to try those, and we're going to find out one way or another. 2 bags of plain Ruffles. We are completely out of those, as well as 2 bags of dill pickle chips, because who's even shocked at this point? Coming down here, we have 2 packages of the slow-cooked uncured ham from Applegate. This is something, guys, I chopped this up along with some diced canned pineapple, throw it on my gluten-free pizzas, and I can have a Hawaiian pizza. So that way, it's something different than just the standard cheese or pepperoni that most of them offer. So that is really nice for an option. I asked him to grab some, and he grabbed 2. So got some for sandwiches too, if we want, I suppose. Bag of chicken nuggets. We have been completely out of those, and we have one kiddo that is very much on a chicken nugget kick lately. 2 bags of the boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I don't think he realized when he bought these what these actually are. I just now caught it myself. These are not the chicken breasts. These are chicken breast tenderloins, which are going to cook differently than what he wanted them for. So we're going to swap them out for a bag that we have in the freezer, and I'm going to get creative with that because he has plans to make Super Bowl food to take to a friend's house. 2 bags of the broccoli Normandy. My goodness, now I can hardly talk. This is some of the freezer veggies that we talk about. Inside each of these, there's 4 bags that we usually use 1 to 2 bags per meal, depending on what it is we're making and how much other stuff we're adding. Along with these veggies, I will usually throw in either some of the frozen peas that we have stashed in the freezer from all the times we use them as ice packs, or canned green beans, things like that. Those are our primaries. We also keep fresh carrots in the fridge, along with celery, and then potatoes and whatnot in the pantry. So we've always got that kind of stuff around. And this, between the 2 bags, that's several meals. We have a box of frozen burritos, 1 of pizza rolls, just quick, easy things to have for the times we need them, because that does happen. Our weekly fryer chickens that we cook and shred up as an alternative to lunch meat. And this week, we are, almost 11 pounds. Not bad. So I'm really excited for those. We'll get those cooked up here in the next day or 2. You really have to watch the date on these. These ones are actually good until the 12th. Sometimes they're only 2-3 days out, and sometimes they're 2 weeks out. So you just never know. We have got a bag of apples. I did tell Shawn last time he bought like 3 or 4 of the bag of organic apples from Target, and they may be the organic apples, they just don't have any flavor. So the best ones are coming from either Safeway or the market downtown. And that one is not exactly in our shopping path. So Safeway is what works best. And that's where I think he's been buying the bananas again. But we still get those at Target sometimes too if they look good. So I don't know which store he bought those at. We've got cuties. This thing of blueberries. He said he got just one thing of blueberries because it's a pretty decent sized container. But the kids will go through this in 1 to 2 meals. So that stuff just doesn't last very long, but it also molds really quickly. So we have to be careful. We've got the pack of eggs from Sam's Club because I am going to be doing French toast. And I'm going to be doing a recipe video on that because, guys, I promised a bunch of recipe videos here in February. I know we're almost into the end of the first week, or we're through the first week now. And I don't have any up yet, but guys, I've got a story that goes with that too. I'll share that in a bit. We've got 2 packages of Colby Jack cheese slices. Brownie bites. He wanted to have an extra treat to take to that friend's house for Super Bowl. I know you guys are seeing this after the Super Bowl, but there's always this little time lap between when I actually get the grocery haul video done and up on Mondays. So he'll take those with. We have got 3 jars of marshmallow cream. This paired with some of the cream cheese we already have in the fridge out in the garage is for a fruit dip that I'll show you guys here in a minute too. We have Sir Kensington's mayonnaise, vegan mayonnaise, because it doesn't have egg, which means it's safe for our egg allergy kiddo. 2 different kinds of barbecue sauce back there. We have got 3 different kinds of macaroni and cheese. Now, I know this looks like a lot, guys, but each color represents 1 meal. Because of the number of kids, we will throw hot dogs in it. We'll put some fruit with it. And it just, with the amount in each box, that's what it ends up doing. We have had leftovers more recently, so we might be able to do 6 boxes instead of 7. But we haven't fully figured out if that's just because not every child has eaten it when we made it. So we're still buying 7 at the moment just to see. Got 3 boxes of pineapple water. He found 12-pack cases of my limoncello over at Safeway instead of getting the 8-pack boxes at Target. So pretty excited about that. We have really reduced the amount of carbonated water that each of us is drinking. So you're not seeing quite as much of that. And my goal is to ultimately be done with it completely. But I have a feeling it's just going to be the occasional treat. So we'll still buy them here and there, I'm sure. Steak strips. Those actually seem to be safe for him with some of the foods he reacts to. So I'm assuming he got those to have in his van. I'm going to skip over this for 2 seconds. Over here, batteries and diapers. Sam's Club has actually started carrying size 7 diapers. Not everybody needs them. Sometimes you've got a little bit larger of a child. Sometimes you have a 4-year-old who has a few delays and needs the next size up because potty training is just not a thing in his world. And I'm super excited that they came out with that. So we're going to try those on our youngest and see size-wise how they compare to the 6s. And if we need to be swapping up or if it's just something where we need to make a mental note of, we can get them when we need them. So coming back over to the furnace filters, guys, I want to talk about these really quick. This is not something that would normally come out of our grocery budget because this is really just a household expense. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm not going to add this into the total, but I wanted to show them to you guys because when you're buying your groceries, it's a really good time to remember to grab these. Most grocery stores have them. Target, Walmart, Sam's Club, all of those places tend to carry furnace filters. And if you have forced air heat at all, just know how important it is to change your furnace filter because they do get clogged up, not just with dust and everything else, but this is also what helps to reduce germs in your house. If you have got an illness going through the house, it's just that time of year. If your furnace is running more in general, it's a good idea to be changing these regularly just to help your air quality. It reduces allergies and the likeliness of passing along some of those germs and things. So that's my little plug for air filters. We buy those at Sam's Club in the larger pack, but I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put a link down in the description box below for these ones on Amazon if I can find them. Just so you guys can see and get an idea of what you're looking for. You do need to know what your furnace is, what size you need before you buy them, because not all furnace filters are created equally. They're different sizes and different filtration rates. So there it is, guys. Let me flip this. I'm going to talk to you about totals. Okay guys, so adding up all of those totals, before I get to that though, I mentioned the marshmallow fluff, and I want to show you guys, I gotta pull one out here really quick. So yesterday, Shawn and I went and walked around the Black Hills Stock Show, which got my new sweatshirt. It is so comfortable, from Black Hills Embroidery. This is, guys, this is not an advertisement for any of these companies. This is just me being really excited because, you know, it's an event that, it's a real breath of fresh air to actually have to hunt to find anybody who's wearing a mask. It's just a free-for-all. It is what it has always been. Very much a cowboy thing. You've got your rodeos and your bull sales and all of your vendors selling every piece of tack and livestock equipment and everything else you can think of, but also other vendors. One of the ones that we found is this All of Us Old Plantation. There we go. This one, so a lot of their stuff looked really good, but a lot of it had ingredients that one or all of us really couldn't or shouldn't have. But their fruit dips, for the most part, I think except one, was safe. And all you do is you mix cream cheese and marshmallow fluff with it. So we're really excited to try those. We got the marshmallow jars just to try that. We'll probably use actual fruit for the fruit dip, or the kids will probably use graham crackers or something like that. So that was really fun. Got a lot of fun stuff there, honestly, including, like I said, my sweatshirt that is super comfortable. But all of that said, you're not listening to hear about my trip to the stock show and how nice it was to get to just wander and visit with people and see so many faces. But what you're listening for is the total. Now, I've told you guys that we have upped our budget, which is really helpful, and I'm actually really excited at the moment because with the new increased budget and going back to weekly, we are at a $400 a week budget for groceries. I do always aim to stay below my budget as much as possible. With that $400 budget, we spent 300, and you said 384?
380, yeah.
384.70. Shawn's standing behind me so I can keep asking him. Anyhow, $384.70 was the total. That includes the diapers, the filters, I'm trying to knock over plants, and all of that. But those filters were $40 themselves. So that's $344 that we actually spent on groceries, because the diapers always get included in that. The batteries, because of when we usually buy them, they do as well. The filters, that can be a 50-50. It's one of those things we absolutely have to buy regardless of where it falls in the budget, because it's important. Not only for allergen and germ purposes, but it also helps the life of your furnace. If your filter is clogged, it can cause problems for your furnace and shorten its lifespan. And I would rather pay to replace the filters than the furnace itself. Wow, I'm stumbling over my words. So, anyhow, guys, that's our total. That is what we spent this week. I've got meal plans I'm working on, shifting back into the weekly, which I'm finding I just do a lot better at. I've already got this week and next week's written out. So when I vlog here in the next day or two, I will kind of run through the meal plan as I do that and show you guys some of the other crazy life that's going on. And anyhow, there it is. That's what we got for this week, paired with everything in the freezer and the pantry. Hope that you guys are having a blessed day. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss everything else coming up next. And I'll see you in the next one.